let's just see what happens. Like, okay, let's follow this fun idea. Let's try this video. Let's do this promotion. And it's just always following your bliss, following
Yeah.
what excites you,
Yeah.
and just seeing what happens and just continuing to act on those feelings feels like it's just the right move and not needing to be reactive in a negative way to really any situation if you can help it.
I just got off of our Zoom conversation, and hey, it's Siri. I want to let you guys know that this conversation was more than I could have expected. I didn't realize. I mean, I had an idea, but it was just so inspiring. I love getting to know women that have gone through the fire, have walked through their own, what I call human revolution, as we say in Buddhism, and have come out the other side with so much more wisdom and so much more clarity and become their own mentor, become their own guru, become their own best friend. And I think that Samantha Dreiling is such an example of someone who, at a very young age, started out as an entrepreneur, really went straight into the entrepreneurial world and life very early, learned the huge, huge, big entrepreneurial lessons early on, but then also went through some deep, dark, challenging times and has come out the other side with so much clarity and freedom and wisdom and humanity and humility and success. And she has her own podcast with her husband. She has this incredible, beautiful line of products. She has these beautiful children that are learning entrepreneurship through her and her husband. They've reinvented themselves, and I'm sure they'll do it again at some point too, because she's a manifesting generator. And that's what we do sometimes. We have to pivot. So it was such a joy to hear her talk about her bliss, what lights her up in the world, why she does what she does for her products, why she decided to pivot. We kind of touched the surface, but I feel like there's so much more. So I said, let's do a part two. She wants to do a part two. So that's going to be coming. And I just can't wait for you guys to hear this conversation. I think you're going to get so much out of it. So here we go. Welcome to the Authentic Creative, where we expand our capacity to feel good one deep breath, one bold choice, and maybe a little bit of magic at a time. I'm Siri Baruch Thornton, healer, creative, and lifelong explorer of all things energy, self-expression, and joy. With over 26 years of experience in Reiki, Akashic Records, and transformational breathwork, I've learned that feeling good is not a luxury, it's a practice. And sometimes it's a little messy. This podcast is here to help you trust your intuition, break the rules, the ones that need breaking, and live more fully in your gifts. So give yourself a deep breath, get cozy, and let's dive in. I'm really just feeling so nourished by this guest already. She's such a bright light. We actually had her mother-in-law on, so you can go back and
Mm-hmm.
listen. Another beautiful dreiling. Seems to run in this family are beautiful people inside and out. So Samantha Dreiling is an entrepreneur, a wife, a mother of two. Her and her husband Dylan, who's also an incredible human, are the founders of Ananda Elixir, a wellness brand delivering the power of functional mushrooms. We love this. And a delicious elixir that tastes like your favorite childhood soda. She's passionate about wellness and doing business in a way that everybody wins. She's also the author of Idea. Am I
Mm-hmm.
saying it right? Okay.
Yes, you are. The way that I would say it, yes.
Okay, good, good, good. Awaken your inner goddess. And I so resonate with that. And I think the listeners so resonate with all of this, that you're about who you are, how you live and move in the world, Samantha. So thank you so much for being with us. I just want to ask you, we're here in December, December 10th. I'm probably going to release this as I usually do, like either today or tomorrow. So, what does it feel like in this fresh, very moment to be alive as a human, as a woman, as an entrepreneur? I know that's a huge question to start with, but I'm kind of just saying, how are you?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm so, so good. It feels like this endless opportunity and endless potential and endless growth and just this expansive journey that's just so fun and exciting. And I feel like it also feels like almost like reprieve and like release and
Mm,
relief from the last few years because I had a really, really probably the hardest chapter of my life for a
mm.
couple of years. 2020, 2021, 2022. And it was really at the end of 2022 that things started to shift very slowly. But that's when we started our company, Ananda Elixirs. And it's been the most insane, incredible journey since then. It has not been easy. It was still very difficult for the first couple of years, but this year, 2025, has just brought so much growth and expansion into our lives, and it's just been so, so, so fulfilling and so fun.
I want to geek out with you on all of the entrepreneurial and all of the spiritual, but I want to go back because I want to know more about you. And so, where were you born?
I was born in Ottawa, Canada, which is now where we live again. And we lived for 5 years in Arizona. So I was there, I was in Arizona during
In
the
the
difficult
US.
times, yes, in the
Okay.
US. Um, we kind of, my husband is American and I'm Canadian. So ever since we started dating 9 years ago, we've just been kind of back and forth, back and forth. And then we spent 5 years in Arizona, a little bit of time in Oregon as well. And then
Really? You know, that's where I
yeah.
am.
Where are you in Arizona, in Oregon? Because you used to be in California, right?
That's right, and everyone thinks I'm still in LA, but I'm just
Yeah.
outside of Portland, Oregon.
Oh,
I'm in a little
amazing.
town
Yeah.
called Camas, Washington. So that's so fascinating. I want to talk about that.
Okay. Okay.
But back to
Amazing.
you, back to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So you were
Yeah.
back and
So
forth, you and Dylan.
back and forth. And then we were in Arizona for 5 years. And then last August, so it's just been a year and 4 months, we moved back to Ottawa, Canada, which is where we're currently living.
Yes, amazing. And you have two children. But so when you were growing up, did you know that you were interested? Did you do bake sales? Did you take any classes in high school? Were you like, ooh, I just want to sell things? Like, did you have this entrepreneurial spirit? Did your parents have it?
Yes, I had it. My parents do not have it, did not have it at all. But I had it from the very beginning. For me, business is like a form of creativity. I always have been kind of a visionary where even with like art, like painting or like in high school, I took like pottery. So I was always like getting my hands dirty and like building things with clay, and then we would fire it and glaze it and do all of that. And I was like very artistic, very creative. I have loads of paintings all through my house that are all
I
my own
love it.
paintings. And I'm not like an incredible painter, but it's like I see a vision of what I want to create, and then I have to create it. And
Hmm.
a lot of the times it's like I couldn't create it to the extent I wanted to the full vision that I had, but I would keep going and keep practicing and keep learning until it was there because that's just like how my brain works. And
Yeah.
so business has always been the same to me. It's like the creative, the branding, um the product development, the like social media, like all the curation of having an idea for a business, a product, a service, whatever that may be, and then bringing it to life in the most like attractive, aligned, and like creative way is what I love about entrepreneurship. So I was the kid with, yes, the bake sale, but I would also make like little art projects, little crafts, and I would have an art sale on my driveway. I would sell lemonade and cookies. I would go up to, I lived right on this big bike path along the river. And so there was just bikers and runners and walkers all day, every single day. And so I would actually go up there and start selling lemonade to the hot, people in
Yes,
the
I
hot
love
summer.
it.
Um,
I love it.
and
And
then when I was in high school, I took lots of business courses and lots
okay.
of art programs. So I took like media arts where we would learn about how to do video editing, photo editing, use different like Photoshop, use Illustrator, all those types of programs I learned really young, like 16, 17.
Amazing.
And then I also took other classes like advertising classes and other
Hmm.
business classes in high school. I had a pretty good high
Amazing.
school for
Yeah.
like a
Very
variety of
progressive.
interesting classes. Yeah, and then I took ceramics and art as well. So every year. So I was always doing that.
Yeah, so you're a
And
visual
then
artist, you're a creative, you're an entrepreneur, and this all started really young. And you were saying, and then, yeah.
And then in high school, in I think grade 10,
Okay.
I started a t-shirt company with
Oh, wow.
another friend who was also an artist.
Wow.
And so she would kind of draw these designs and then we would put them on shirt. We'd create these designs together. She would kind of draw it out because she was better at like drawing stuff.
Hmm.
I was more of like, okay, we should do this kind of design and it could say this and we
The
could do these
visionary.
colors and yeah, and then she
Yeah.
would help me like create it artistically
Yeah.
and then
That's so
my
fun.
sister joined us and then we would
Oh,
get
I love
those
it.
shirts printed and then we would set up a table with a boom box at the lunch hour and sell the shirts in the high school. So that
So
was
you
like my
knew you were like,
first,
I need to create a vibe.
I
Yeah,
have
you
to.
knew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was my first like business,
Amazing.
and then I worked like multiple jobs and then got into makeup artistry and hair, and so that was like
Ah,
another form of
yeah.
creativity where I would see someone's face and like be able to visualize like, oh, I could make your eyes pop like this, or like what colors would look good on them. It was like another form of both of those things coming together. And so I ended up becoming a makeup artist. Then I opened a makeup academy and I was teaching and certifying
Really?
makeup artists.
Wow.
Yep. So I did that for 4 years when I was 21 to 25, I think.
Amazing.
Um, Around there, yeah. And then I was a freelance makeup artist for for about 10 years.
Okay.
Um, so I did like weddings, I did photo shoots, I did some TV stuff, like lots of different events and proms and things like that.
Okay.
But my favorite part of that was also kind of this creative side where I would partner with a photographer and a stylist, and we
Mm.
would, nobody's getting paid. We would just go and we would have this vision together of this crazy creative photo shoot. And I would do the hair and makeup, and then it would like, we would send it, the photographer would send it to a bunch of cool magazines, and then it would get published and that kind of thing. So
Did you
that was
ever
like
do a music
another.
video shoot?
I did not.
Because I
I
feel
did
like that's
not.
I feel like that's something at some point that needs to happen. Okay.
You know what? You know what? Maybe I have
Maybe you
actually.
did. Maybe you did.
Yeah.
I'm
And
tuning in
then
on something.
yeah, I'm like trying to remember. Like I remember talking to people about a couple of music videos. I don't remember if it was for makeup or being in the music video or what. But I did work with like quite a lot of artists actually. So I would do their makeup for, um, I remember we did photo shoots. I can't remember if we did a video shoot, but it was so much fun. And it was just another way of like having my creative vision come to life. And then with businesses, it was just like I would see the logo in my head. I would see the brand colors. I would see the product. I would like see the packaging. Like even for
Yeah,
my
show
brand,
us.
like I would see like this is the logo and it's like it's 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 an eye
Yeah,
for
but it's
like,
also a drop.
your vision. It's also a drop. It's also a sunset.
Yeah.
It's also a mushroom.
Is it?
Like if you think about it, it's like if this had
Oh,
a
got
little
it,
line
got it,
around
got
it,
it, got it, got
it would
it.
be like a little mushroom. So it's like people just see this and they're like, cool, that's your logo, but they don't really realize all the details in this. It's supposed to be like an eye, a sunset, because sunset is like one of those moments of bliss for me, because Ananda obviously means bliss. So it's like that's our whole thing is follow your bliss. Um, so to me, like one of the times I feel the most bliss is when I'm like just present watching a sunset or a
Mm,
sunrise.
mm.
So yeah, it's like a little sunset. Like if this was a circle, it would look kind of like an eye, kind of like a sunset. These are the rays or the eyelashes. And then it's also like this is the base of the mushroom. And if this was covered, it would be like the little mushroom cap over it. So there's that. And then, bliss looks good on you. And then it's all about the details for me. So like the gold highlighted, all about our mission. And then this all says follow your bliss. But when you
Mhm.
actually take the base out, show you like kind of there's
Oh
all
my
these little
gosh.
details
Oh,
underneath.
it says breathe, you guys.
It says breathe, it
Magic
says
is right below the
magic.
surface.
Magic is right below the surface. There's like all these cute little things like love wins,
I need to buy this.
grow. And
Okay.
so like a lot of people probably don't even realize that's there,
Beautiful.
but
So
like
can we still get this for Christmas gifts right now, or is
you
it too late?
can.
Okay.
You can, but I would like you got to order like
Get it on
this week.
today. Today.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Yeah. So,
Okay.
it's like and there's mushrooms under here and little kind of like botanicals and flowers and it's
Okay.
just like that's to me that's like what I love about branding and just those details that like are so
So
extra.
I'm so curious. Are you a either projector or a manifesting generator? What are you?
Manifesting generator.
Okay. Because I'm like, there's a
Yeah.
little projector in there with that visionary piece, that efficiency piece, that like, but then this collaboration. Like, so you have these visions, you have the detail, you have the beauty, and then you have this heart of bringing people together in a collaborative vision to follow your vision and to bring
Yeah.
that into fruition. Okay, and so tell me about really briefly, because there's so much I want to talk to you about. Be
Yeah.
becoming becoming a mother. So you're an entrepreneur, you're a
Mhm.
visionary, you're a collaborator, but you're also well, of course you're a wife, but that's like a whole chapter. But tell me about being a mompreneur. Like,
Yeah.
how do you make that work? What are you learning about that? Tell us to the other mompreneurs, what are you learning? What have you learned?
Oh gosh, everything. I feel like ever since my daughter was born, my first daughter was born, I was still fully an entrepreneur. Like I've worked fully for myself since I was 19. So I've been an entrepreneur through and through. Have I always been successful? Absolutely not. Like have I been struggling a struggling entrepreneur for most of that? Yes, 100%. But I don't know, for me it's just been like I believe that you're supposed to enjoy life and you're supposed to love what you do and you should do what you love and finding ways to create a career around something that lights you up is everything.
Yeah,
That's been the whole mission and the whole journey of Ananda Elixirs is follow your bliss. That's like what we had to choose when we were at a crossroads in our life of like, do we keep pushing this thing that doesn't feel like it's working? Or is there something else that could be pulling us instead of us trying to push? And it was like, what is our bliss? What would we do if we were following our bliss?
yeah,
And, that choice has always led us, well, it's led us on this whole journey. And so for me with motherhood, I feel like I want to be the example for my kids that you want to be always learning, you want to be always growing, and that there's so many opportunities for what you can do to make money. I don't want my kids to feel like they have to be a certain way for me and my husband to like approve of them.
yeah.
They don't have to be entrepreneurs,
Mhm.
but they don't have to be a doctor or a lawyer either.
Sure.
Like so many generations have had this pressure of like, these are the acceptable jobs for you.
Right.
And for me growing up from like so many people around me, my family and my distant family and all of that, like they never really supported, well, I shouldn't say it like that because they did support me, but like because a lot of them were not entrepreneurial, they couldn't
Mm-hmm.
understand why don't you just go get a job so you can
Sure.
have a stable income? And it was like, because I don't, my heart needs to do this. Like my soul needs to do this. Like I need to grow and explore
Feel
and
lit up.
expand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, could I have like had a stable income and still done that? Yeah, and it probably would have made life a lot easier at times financially for me. But at the end of the day, like the reason that we're doing what we're doing is a big part of it is so that we can live our dreams with our kids
Yeah.
and give them a life of like opportunity and just inspiration. Um, I don't want to just hand them everything in their life. Like I want them to see, they have seen their mom and dad go from like losing everything to building a business that's hopefully just going to keep growing and growing and growing. And, they've watched that. So to me, that's like the greatest gift I can give them. And it has already inspired them to my one daughter, well, both of them kind of, but my older daughter, who's 8, almost, she started a little jewelry business this year. So she started making bracelets with crystal beads and putting positive affirmations on them for kids. Um,
Adorable and
and
beautiful.
yeah, and she calls it positive beads.
Of
And
course. Of course she
I,
does.
right? And so I posted it on my Instagram when she made a couple of bracelets and she sold like 25 bracelets in the first 2 days just online, all
Yes.
across Canada, all across the US, just from my network. And then she just did her first event, like a little holiday market. And so she had 40 bracelets that she had made. I think it was 40. And a couple hours later, she just about sold out. I think she had 4 bracelets left. She made like, you know, $600 in a day. Like,
That's incredible.
so, and it's like that money is mostly going to be saved.
Mhm.
And, she's like learning how it's like, okay, so this is how much the beads cost us. And this is how much,
Yes.
this cost us. So we'll have to take that out of the money so that we can cover the costs. And then this is your profit. And then, okay, so what do you want to spend now? And then how much are we going to save? Okay, well, I'm going to go pick whatever toy I want. Well, she only spent about $40, and then the rest of it is saved. So, like, these are all lessons that I feel like she's watching us. She hears us talk about our business. She hears us be excited. She hears us
Mm,
in the hard struggles. What do we
mm,
do? Oh my gosh, this happened. And we try to explain it to our kids too. This is
yes.
what happened today in our business, and this is what we have to decide. What do you think? And
Mm,
I just feel like it's just such a huge gift to give your kids. So, balancing motherhood and business is definitely not easy. But at the end of the day, it's like those are all the things I love the most. So why wouldn't I? And let's make it fun for them too and kind of include them as much as possible. And it gives me the flexibility to be with them most of the time. So it's
incredible.
so valuable.
I love it so much. Just the freedom that you're choosing and the freedom that you're showing her. And as you said, freedom doesn't just come at no cost. There's hard work there's structures
Absolutely.
behind freedom. There's a lot of foundation that comes with creating freedom. I'm really curious because I'm going through a shedding, as we all are, leaving this year, coming into the year of the horse. I'm really curious when you talk about losing it all. In my mind, I'm thinking, did she lose it all or did she decide to burn it down because the phoenix rising had to come through? And I'm just curious the choice because I'm going through my own kind of burning it all down and then saving what's essential and rising again. And so I'm curious about that journey for you.
Yeah. I feel like it was not a choice. I feel like it was forced upon
Oh, really?
me.
Okay.
Um, but like it was literally losing so much. So like beginning of 2021, almost died during childbirth, had COVID, didn't know it. a month later or 7 days later, my husband basically fainted because of COVID and got a concussion. And then, so he was basically bedridden while I was postpartum, but like had barely healed kind of thing. Like
I
emergency vehicles came to the house. Like I didn't have a pulse even though I was awake. Like it was like crazy.
I did not know
Then
the extent when you said, okay, so this
like
is
no, and this is just the beginning. Then a month later,
wow.
my dad dies in Canada, cannot get home because the borders are closed. So this is now February of 2021. A couple months later, basically one of my top leaders in my previous business left and tried to take most of my team to her, with her, caused a bunch of drama. My
Right.
business went from being like our sole income to by the end of that year, I was basically making about a tenth of what I was making at the beginning of the year. So our total family income was like gone, could not pay our mortgage. So then 2022 was
Wow.
like basically like then we had a bunch of investments. Almost all of the investments went to zero. So all the money that we had put away that was like supposed to be like growing and like that were good for a long time is now gone. Then our then 20 yeah, so then 2022 like so my business just keeps going down. I keep trying to push it. I keep trying to build it. I keep trying to push it. It's not working. It's like the more I try, it's like things keep coming up that make me start to like question like is this still aligned with me?
Mm,
Can I still really share this the way that I've felt so aligned for a
mm,
decade?
mm.
It's starting to feel like resistance and like I don't know if I can be aligned with this anymore. Like
Yeah.
that's how it
Yeah.
started to feel. But like also not really having other options because it was our income, even though that was almost, was like so, so
Mm,
low compared to what it was. So then like barely being able to pay the mortgage, like, and then end of 2022, just basically being like, okay, I lost my dad. Luckily I'm okay. Luckily my baby's okay. Like,
mm.
so I was just trying to be grateful.
Yeah.
Um, Basically lost all of our money and then um we're at kind of like our ends rope financially. We had like a little bit of money left to just pay the bills because we weren't even bringing in enough to really to pay like our bills. And then so end of that year, like
This
Q3
is
and
insane.
end of Q3, Q4, basically, of 2022 is when we had this drive. What would we be doing if we were following our bliss?
Yeah.
Dylan says, what if we started a mushroom company? I'm like, how the heck are we going to do that? What do you even mean? We
Sure.
have this conversation, create this product in our brains. What if
Okay.
we made a mushroom tincture that turns into a soda? Because we were taking a mushroom supplement, but it was a pill. It was boring. It tasted bad, or we tried a bunch of the drinks, didn't like the taste, like wouldn't even remember to take them because it's just boring or they taste horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then also we're also buying all these like healthy sodas like Ollie Pops and stuff
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
were like $3, $4 each, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we saw all these soda brands, healthy soda brands, like coming back, Poppy and Olipop and all these
Mm-hmm.
things. Even like kombucha brands that were doing like root beer flavor. And I was
Mm.
buying those because I was like, oh, this is so nostalgic. I love this. Or like trying to find a good cola that was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so hard. And so we figured it out within a couple months, had cream soda and root beer
But
in
Samantha,
our kitchen.
like, how do you go from being like, let me take mushrooms and soda and like put it together and make it like, because you're not a engineer,
No.
scientist, like formulator. Like, how do you take that idea and go, oh, I know exactly how to do this? Like, how does that
We
work?
we didn't. Like we didn't. We just started researching, we started ordering stuff like that day. Like it was literally like the day we had the conversation in the car, we went home. We were so excited. We went from being like so depressed,
Oh,
so stuck, so
yes.
like just like both of us just being like what the heck do we do? Like we
It's like in the movie, the all is lost moment.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
like what? Like what? Like what's even less left for us to do? And it was like either we like keep going on this trajectory where it feels like the universe is like trying to shake us awake, like stop trying to do the thing that's not working
Mm-hmm.
and open your mind and your eyes
Pivot.
to see what, what else is out there. And what, the quote, like, when you follow your bliss, the universe will open doors where there were once only walls. We felt like we were
Mm.
hitting walls.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, follow your bliss. Well, what's my bliss? What excites me? Well, after such a difficult 2 years, what excites me now? Like, what makes me feel alive? And it felt like it had to be something totally new,
And
totally like unknown,
and
you
can I just
know?
say, like, the fact that you almost died or you were dead for in and out of death, your father passed,
Hmm.
you had this huge betrayal. Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
these are like take it to the extreme of extremes. Like there's no reason for you not to do the like quotes crazy thing. You know, there's
Yeah.
no reason for you not to like fuck it. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Let's just like fucking do that. Like, you have nothing to lose.
Exactly. That's how it felt. It was like we have nothing to lose at this point, so like let's just go all in.
Yeah.
So within that day, it's like we're ordering barrels to extract mushrooms in. We're ordering like dried, well, first we tried to grow our own, which that didn't work. So then we're ordering
I love that you tried
organic
to do
dried
that, though.
mushrooms.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
It
That's
was like
awesome.
no. In
Yeah.
Arizona, it's like it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It would be a whole other operation. So
Sure.
we, got organic dried mushrooms from somewhere in the US, and then we were going to the grocery store and buying like vodka or like whatever to start extracting it in, even though you're supposed to
Ah.
use like, and so like because basically when you create an extraction, if you do a dual extraction, you do an alcohol extraction and a water extraction because when you extract like a botanical or a mushroom, some compounds are going to be water soluble and some compounds are going to be alcohol soluble and some compounds are going to be heat sensitive, which the water extraction is using heat. So you wouldn't want to do that. That's going to break down those compounds that you want. Again, I knew none
You
of this
taught
like at the
yourself
time.
this.
We
You
we've
taught
learned
you just researched
so
it
much. Yes.
and then
Yeah.
you went to experts and you were like, teach us. Yes? Or you
Not
just
even.
taught
It was like
yourself.
yeah, we just we
Jesus,
just
that's
started trying.
amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah, so we were like extracting it in our
You're like little Einsteins.
we 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 were and like Dylan's a super researcher nerd in a way, so like he
Okay.
was good at like figuring out all that stuff and
Hmm.
he's like he loves science, he loves all that stuff. So he had already
Okay.
kind of done a little bit of research
He was
before and I
into
had
it.
no idea. Yeah.
All right.
And so we started doing that and then we were like how do we make it taste like this, and so
Mm,
we were
mm.
looking for partners on who created like clean flavors from natural ingredients without any fillers or chemicals or anything, so we're looking for that. How do we sweeten it? Well, we can't use sugar. It has to make 30 drinks from this little tiny bottle.
And so
Okay,
were
well the
you
only
like thinking about xylitol or what?
stevia is
Stevia.
right.
Okay.
Stevia is like right now, it's really the only natural sweetener that's potent enough. But
Okay.
then we had to like, we ordered like, I want to say like 40 different stevia blends, or like you can extract from a stevia leaf so many different stevia glycosides or whatever. So they're called something like that. You can like,
Amazing.
you can like take bits or like certain parts
Mm-hmm.
of different stevia plants
Mm-hmm.
and get a totally different profile of taste. So you
Wow.
can, so like some people are like, oh, well, I don't like the aftertaste. Well, some stevia blends, or they're not necessarily blends, but like they're certain stevia
Extractions.
glycosides,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
they won't have as much aftertaste, or they'll have, they won't have any aftertaste, or you'll get the sweetness more up front, or you'll get the sweetness more at
Wow.
the back. And so there's like, so we
Who
tried
knew?
like so many different stevias,
Okay.
and found the one that we use today, which we've stuck with because it's been the best, where most people love it. They love the taste. They're like, oh, I actually don't have a strong aftertaste with this stevia. but it's still sweet enough and balanced where it's not just like not sweet at the beginning and then after it's in your mouth, okay, now it's like so sweet and I can't get it off my tongue. Like there's so much. So yeah, so we did that. We launched it and then it was like there was hope in our life again, you know?
Mm.
There was like a path that was exciting again.
Yes.
And it felt like honestly, as crappy as it is, all of those things had to happen to like get us off of the trajectory we were on because we were so committed to
Sure.
sticking it out no matter what,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. What's his human design?
I think he might be a projector.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
same, so I'm manifesting generator. My husband's a projector. You guys
Yeah.
are very powerful together as a team.
We are, and we work very well together.
Yeah. And now you have, well, you've continued to have, but you're kind of relaunching your podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, so we started the Ananda podcast to go with the business a long time ago, but we've just like never kept up with it. Because even after that, it was like a whole other crazy thing. Like we built a business in Arizona for a year and a half. We found a manufacturer who's like a mushroom expert, so he now does the extractions very much properly. He
Yeah.
makes the whole product, he bottles it. Um, and then we have a fulfillment team in the US that ships it all across the US. And then we decided last year to move back to Canada, which was crazy because our whole business was in the US. We couldn't even sell the product in Canada yet. We had to get all these licenses and approvals and create a Canadian corporation. And so like anyways, we came here, we launched it, and then our Canadian business this past basically since like March or April of this year has like 12x'd. Like
Amazing.
it's exploded in Canada. We have
Amazing.
brand recognition in Canada. Like people
Amazing.
will meet random people out and they'll be like, "Oh my God, I've heard of your product. Like I
Mm.
know it." You know,
Ugh.
it's so cool. Um, but I'm just saying like that whole journey wasn't easy.
It's sort of like that
Um,
was a baby hanging out in the universe, and then it was looking
yeah.
for the perfect environment, and then it was like,
Yep.
ooh, this couple, they'll birth it. It was
Yes.
meant to be.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is exactly how it felt. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. So,
And so
yeah,
the
so it
podcast, you talk about the product and the mission of the product, and then what else do you talk about on the podcast?
we talk about our journey, our lessons, like so much of this we go really in depth with, but we
Okay.
also interview other people, other founders. Like there's going to be so many interesting conversations on there, and I'm really excited because now basically like we just didn't keep up with it because we had so much going on and we were trying to edit it and post it and we just didn't have the time.
Yeah.
And or the resources. And so now, the business can support the podcast and it's another extension of the business and a way to add value to our growing community and, hopefully have positive, inspiring conversations with each other and with others that come on and just sharing kind of who we are and why we do what we do. And
Yeah.
so in hopes that it will help a lot of people that don't know us to kind of see the depth beyond just being a product.
Yeah. This is not just a product. This is a whole story. This is a whole mission. This is a
Yeah.
whole vision. So more about what does this actually do for you? Like, why do I need this in my life?
Yeah. So functional mushrooms are incredible. For me, I started taking them postpartum after my first daughter. My naturopath actually prescribed me with a mushroom product,
Hmm.
and it
And there's so
changed my
many
life.
different ones. So what
There's
kind
so many.
are there several mushrooms? Is there just one kind of mushroom in this?
In ours, we put the top four mushrooms that we feel like benefit the most people. So
Mhm.
we have turkey tail, lion's mane, cordyceps, and reishi.
Yes,
So
got it.
turkey tail is like really good for your immune system. Lion's mane is amazing for like brain health, mental clarity, focus, anti-anxiety. Cordyceps is known to boost energy and endurance. So it's like at a cellular level. increasing the ATP in your cells and available to your body. And then reishi is kind of like the balancing mushroom. It's like calms the stress response, can help reduce cortisol levels. Sometimes it makes people feel like just more chill and relaxed, not like an not like alcohol or a drug or anything
Hmm.
intense,
Hmm.
not even like not as much as like a kava. It's just like it's nothing intense. It's just most people feel like clear-minded, able to get their words out, get their thoughts out, get their work done,
Hmm.
be present, be more grounded, and be more a
So,
little bit more calm, less reactive.
ooh,
So,
we like that. Okay, so
yeah.
yeah, like brain function, clarity, energy, balance. Okay. And are there
Yeah.
any other properties of benefits? So did I
Oh
name,
yeah.
there's like probably 10 more.
There's like so many, like those are kind of the main ones that we focus on. They've been kind of the most researched from the mushrooms, but I mean, they all have crazy like antiviral properties,
Oh,
anti-inflammatory
nice. Yeah.
properties. Some of them are being studied for being like anti-cancer, anti-tumor.
Hmm.
And so there's so much potential with them. They've been used, most of them have been used, or all of ours, I think, have been used for like thousands of years in different cultures around the world.
Yes.
So um, now it's just like the science catching up and doing
Hmm.
lots of cool research on what they could potentially do and how they could support humans. But all in all, like for me, they just make me feel better.
Yeah.
Out of anything I've ever taken, taking a functional mushroom supplement has made the biggest difference for me, which is why this was the product that we wanted to create.
It's so amazing. I can't wait to try it. And I'm so excited for you guys. And I'm so proud of you guys for
Thank you.
walking through, no joke, the dark night of the soul. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys took like the extreme crash
Express route.
course, like master class in really mining the depths of human experience. So good on you. And it's so beautiful that again that you're showing not only your children every step of the way how to be resilient and how to be on your mission and how to pivot and how to create your own freedom for
Yeah.
yourselves, but you're also showing that to other couples, to other women, to just humans in general, and you're helping people to have better lives through the product, but also through the bigger umbrella health wellness mission of the product. So that's so
Yeah.
exciting. Okay, I just had this thought. Are you a journaler? Do you like journals? Are you into quotes? I'm like, oh, you guys need like a journal to go with your product.
I have done like all the personal development things for so long. So like, yes, I've journaled for forever. Yes, I've done all the quotes. Like I used to post a quote every day on Facebook for quite a few years. I've read like only personal development for like 15 years, and just this past since May, I started just reading like fantasy romantasy books, and I'm so obsessed with them. And now that's my morning ritual, and I haven't really done any of the other things, which is kind of ironic, because it was like my whole life before, but now I'm
Yeah.
just kind of like allowing myself to just do something that I enjoy that has nothing to do with growing myself, because I'm already growing so much and I've already like done so much work in like developing my mindset. And the ironic thing is I get so many of those lessons through the books that I never expect to have in there. And it's just these like reminders that inspire me so much. So lately, no, over the years, 100%, so many journals.
How old are your kids again?
They are almost 5 and 8. They both
Okay.
turn five, they turn 5 and 8 in January. So
Okay. I'm just
yeah,
thinking of, so my guys are 10 and 12, and I didn't start journaling again until like maybe a year ago.
yeah,
Because it was just like, I can't. I love so much what you just shared because being sort of a spiritual junkie, if you will, you
yeah.
you really do need to kind of take it less seriously sometimes.
Yeah.
Stop trying to change and improve every 2 seconds and just like actually be. And also this
Yeah.
aspect of like mining the gold from fantasy slash real life slash entertainment, something light. I think
Yeah.
there's so much value in that. And then like just just play and
Yeah.
like surrendering to play. And this,
Yeah.
and it goes along with your whole theme of like following your bliss. So
Yeah.
this is amazing. And yeah, I think we can get kind of caught up in this like it's never enough kind of space
Yeah.
of like, well, what if we just enjoy who we are, where
Exactly.
we are, how the present moment, enjoy some of the fantasy. Like, what a
Yeah.
what a gift to hear you share about that. So I'm taking that,
Yeah.
I'm taking that with me.
Yeah, I think that when you're in that world for so long, it's like my mindset was like if I'm watching something on TV or watching a movie or reading a book that's not mindset or business or
Hmm.
spirituality, then like I'm not actually trying. My goals aren't actually serious and I'm wasting my time.
Yeah.
And I was like that's not fun. Like my intention this year was like I want to have more fun. I want to be
Yes.
less serious. Like I want to know that I'm enough and like I've done so much work on myself.
You
And
are the mentor. That was the last thought I had. I lost it. You are the
right?
mentor. You
Yeah,
are the guru for yourself.
and then what's so crazy, what I didn't expect is in these books it's like freaking traveling through realms and worlds and using magic and all these things that I'm like, but that's actually real though. But it's not, it's real in the books as magic, but like to a certain extent, it's real in real life. And so it's like
Mm.
I get so excited by it and it's still like I'm almost reading these like spiritual stories.
It's like
Um,
manifestation. You are
it's
you
so cool.
Yeah, you're such a magical being that it's like that's vibrating at the vibration that you're at and how you
Yeah.
manifest and how you create and
Yeah.
the
Even though there's a
quantum
lot
and
more like there's a lot more darkness in them too, but like I've also been
that's like
just
shadow
so
work.
resistant to that. But then I'm like, okay, like these people are going through shit that I never have to go through, way worse than what I've been through in these magical worlds. And their whole journey is like healing and overcoming their trauma and
Mm,
loving themselves again and all
mm.
of these other things that I'm like, okay, but I love this so much. I'm so happy. So it's okay. I'm gonna read it.
I love
So,
this. Well, thank
yeah.
you. So the tagline of this podcast is expanding our capacity to feel good, which we'll end on.
Yeah.
So for you, it sounds like expanding your capacity to feel good has been partly taking it more lightly, holding it more lightly, surrendering what's when you hit a wall, pivoting when you need to pivot, letting yourself enjoy fantasy, stopping the constant like gotta get better way
Yeah.
of thinking. Is there anything I've missed in terms of expanding our capacity to feel good that's present for you?
I feel like what I've just been reflecting on the last couple of days is that I just don't really react that easily anymore. So,
Wow. Wow.
like, I don't know, there'll be something that happens in the business, and sometimes Dylan will be like freaking out, and I'll just be like, okay. And he's like, why
Hmm.
aren't you taking this serious? I'm like,
Hmm.
because it's gonna be fine. Like,
Mm.
and then it always does.
Hmm.
And obviously, there's a balance. Like, take care of things when they need to be taken care of, and, take things seriously by giving them so much love and intention. But at the same time, like, just trusting. Because I feel like that was my lesson throughout that whole journey of all
Yeah.
of those years was just like, just do what you can, fuel everything that you're doing with that love and intention, and then trust that the rest is going to figure itself out because it does when you stay trusting. And
Mm.
so I just find that now I'm just kind of like, I'm not attached to a goal, I'm not attached to the end result. I used to have such a clear intentional vision of like, this is what my life has to be like in order for me to be successful or in order for me to be happy. I need this house. I need this. Like, it was always like these external things, even though I felt like it was so much deeper than that back then. Now I'm like, I literally don't care where I live. I don't care
Mm,
what kind of car I drive. I don't care what house I live. Like, I'm
mm.
renting a little townhouse. I don't need anything more than that right
Yes.
now.
Wow.
Like I've just kind of let go of all of that stuff
Yeah.
where it always was like, I need to hit this goal this month. I need to do this much in
Mm, mm.
revenue. Now I'm like, let's just see what happens. Like, okay, let's follow this fun idea. Let's try this video. Let's do this promotion. And it's just always following your bliss, following
Yeah.
what excites you,
Yeah.
and just seeing what happens and just continuing to act on those feelings feels like it's just the right move and not needing to be reactive in a negative way to really any situation if you can help it.
Yeah, it sounds like a detachment from identity needing to be wrapped around external outcomes, and that is so healthy. Yeah.
Actually, actually you just made me realize, boom. My first book is Idea. Dia, it's actually said Dea in Latin, but I say Dia because it's idea. But it's all about like shifting to the identity of the goddess of the highest version of yourself. That's what my first book is all about. My second book is going to be all about detaching from things.
Mm.
And so I guess without even realizing it, I haven't started writing it and I don't know when I will write it, but it's all about like having this higher perspective from this higher version of you, the goddess, the Dia,
Hmm. Hmm.
um, that doesn't need any of that. And so it's like
Hmm.
I can't write it until I've gone through that journey myself. And I guess you just made me realize by saying that, oh, I'm actually on the journey. Yay! Yay!
Oh, I love it so much.
So
I
thank
can't
you.
wait. Oh, I want to. Okay, so I want the first book and I want the next book, and I need to do the mushrooms. Yeah, I mean, I have 1,000 things I want to talk to you about, so maybe we need to do a part two because I genuinely have like 1,000 things I want to talk to you
We can
about.
totally do
We'll
a
have
part
to do
two.
a part two. Thank you
Yep.
guys. Thank you for staying on our journey as we've kind of mined through so many different aspects that I've tried to consolidate here. Samantha, you have ten books that are of, a lot. You're very dynamic, as you know. So
Thank
there's
you.
just
Thank
there's
you.
so much to explore, and I want to get more of your perspectives on life because you've been someone who's experienced so much. So thank you for
Thank
walking
you.
through the fire,
Yep.
for being the phoenix to allow, I know you said it happened, you didn't have a choice, but I believe on some soul level that your soul chose to walk through that fire and
Totally.
to rise even higher, to give us these books, to give us these mushrooms, to be the conduit for your family, the conduit for your mission. And it's no surprise to me that you guys would be incredibly successful and that you'll continue to burn some things down if you need to, but like you'll continue to be this incredible positive force in the world in so many ways. Because as a manifesting generator, I'm sure there's just going to be so many ways that you serve the world. So thank you so much. This was
Oh,
so
thank
much fun. This was
you.
so nourishing. I love
Yes.
you. And I'm so looking forward to putting this out for people to get, inspired by you because you're such an inspiration. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It was really fun, and I would love to do a part two and dive deeper.
Yay. All right, guys, keep expanding your capacity to feel good, one breath at a time. And as Samantha would talk about, follow your bliss.
Yes.
Okay, and then look in the show notes if you want to order her book or if you want to order any of the products. You can go in the show notes and that'll all be there for you. And I would get on it because if you want to give it as a Christmas or a holiday, a Hanukkah gift, obviously we have to do that soon. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hey, wasn't that so inspirational? I hope that you found that as exciting as I did. I imagine you took some wisdom from it. I think there's so much beauty and joy in tapping into someone's journey. It's like watching a movie, isn't it? It's like seeing the best and the worst, but through the lens of this person's perspective. And it's so exciting to get to take that wisdom with us. I think it's beautiful the way Samantha has crafted her life for her products, her world, the way that she relates to the world. I think it's so incredible, and I'm so excited to try her products. I hope that you will go into the link and try her products. Maybe you want to get her book. And if you enjoyed this episode, as always, please share it with a friend or 2 or 3 or however many friends you want to share it with that you think would be inspired as well. And then go ahead and give yourself the deepest breath you've given yourself all day. Give yourself a havening, cross your arms over each other, big hug. I know this is kind of funny, but like, hey, why not? Why don't you give yourself a big hug and haven here for just a moment, unless you're driving. Deep breath. Yes. Keep expanding your capacity to feel good, one breath at a time, loving you. If today's conversation stirred something in you, here are a few ways we can go deeper together. So the Authentic Creative Podcast, where you are now, make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss more conversations like this. And if you loved this one, share it with a friend who needs to hear it. One-on-one work for private Reiki, breathwork, Akashic sessions where we can go right into your unique medicine. You can connect with me directly. Thank you for being here, for listening, for expanding your capacity to feel good alongside me. I'm sending you love, and I can't wait to connect again soon. Loving you.